What's up everybody, thank you for joining me for another tutorial on Swell Enterprise. Today we're going to dig into creating and managing your proposals. So to get started, go ahead and click on the three dots in the upper navigation here, or if you've already shortlisted that to your sidebar, you can navigate to it from there. And once we click on these three dots, we're going to go to the Sales tab. And first I want to dig into View Proposals. So I want you to see what this looks like. Once you start creating and sending your proposals, you'll have the opportunity to see when those have been viewed, when they've been accepted, declined, and for what reason, if they're awaiting signatures, and so on. So this is a really neat way for you to kind of keep track of when your clients or your leads are viewing your proposals, or if they have any feedback for you, or whether or not it's been accepted. And of course, once a proposal has been accepted, you can also trigger that in an automated workflow. To view a proposal, you just click on the eye icon and you'll see what it looks like for you. Now you'll see here where I've got some short fields. This will dynamically replace the person's first name and last name, for example, in this case. You also have the option over here on the left-hand side where you can edit or grab the URL that you can manually send to your client or lead in an email or something. You can download the PDF, or you can directly send it from the system. And when you do that, you'll see and you'll receive notifications on when the proposal has been viewed. So for example, I'm looking at what the client sees, and you'll see here where I've got the different sections broken out. As I scroll down on the proposal, you can see all the different sections that I've previously created, and that this proposal is indeed waiting signatures. So this is again kind of what the client or the lead sees when you send it to them. And this is specific to just the proposal that I've created here. So of course, when you get started, your proposal won't look at mine, for example, but I'll show you how to create these relatively quickly in Swell. So let's go back and let's go ahead and click on Add Proposal. And when you click on the screen, you'll see a quick block here, just drag and drop and add, remove blocks to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and actually X that out so I can empty that row. And then I'll click on this little side panel here, and this will bring up all the different blocks you have available. Now you do have a drop down where you can also filter these. So if I'm looking for buttons, I can get some inspiration for buttons. And it's really just a matter of dragging and dropping these in. So to give you an example here, let's say I like this block here. I'll add that, and then maybe I want to add this image with the text to the right underneath that. I can click on the image, change it, link it, so on. And so you can grab these and move them around if you choose. It should be a very intuitive interface for you. Now you also have the option, when you click on the three dots, where you can view or edit the HTML, you can move them around, increase or decrease the size, or even duplicate a block. You'll also notice when I click on a block, you'll see this gray panel here that pops up. If I click on more, I can actually click on the settings here, and I can really get granular with defining a background color, width, height. I can click on the text and border, so I can really give it some customizations. And you'll see that this actually highlights the CSS path, so if I want to, I can actually back up a couple, and you'll see where it changes the highlight here. And I can come back over, and again, I can just change some blocks around. So you'll see where I changed that background to red. So you do have some customizations here. Now, in addition to that, you do have the option to customize the text, as you'll see here. Now, I want to point out a couple things. Let's say I wanted to dynamically insert the person's name here. So let's just say hi, and I'll click on this arrow icon here in the toolbar. And if I scroll down, you should see the list of smart fields that you can add. So let's say I wanted to add the person's first name, and then I'll add a space, and I can add the person's last name. So that's an example of how you can add like dynamic information to your blocks here. Now, in addition to that, you can click on the three dots for more options. Again, you can edit the HTML, all the paragraph and text settings, images, and you can even preview it, and you can preview it in desktop, tablet, or mobile. So you'll see here where I can go and do my different previews. Now, something else I wanted to draw your attention to is in this toolbar, you'll see here where I can click on preferences. So you can actually customize your builder layout and mode, and you can customize what happens when you paste information in. So maybe you're copying and pasting from a website and you want to copy over the styles along with it. You can change how the pasting option is set here. And you also have some other default options that you can set in the settings window. So I'll go ahead and back out of that. One other thing I wanted to draw your attention to is if I go and I delete this row, let's say I've created some saved templates. If I want to add a template to this proposal, this could be blocks or this can be a full-on, like a whole proposal template. So, you know, I've got one template saved in here, but let's say this was like a pricing table. I can add several blocks here that will allow me to append it to this proposal. So, for example, you'll see where I've created one here and I'm scrolling down, and you can see that this is already pre-populated. All I have to do is go in and change maybe the pricing or the information. Maybe I wanted to come to the very bottom and I wanted to do something like add some sort of line items to the proposal. Now I've already set line items up, but once you do that, you can start adding the line items, customizing the price and the description. Just click on the plus or minus icon and you can add additional line items from there. So again, I can save this whole proposal as a template, or I can go in and I can start saving blocks. So maybe I just want to save, for example, this viewer investment section here, and I want to save that as a block. I would just create a new proposal or a new template. I'd go ahead and build this out, and then I would click Save as Template. And what that would allow me to do is in the future, I can come in here and just click Add from Template, and maybe I would have an About Us block, a pricing table block, a contract terms and conditions block, and so on. So you can use this template mechanism here for blocks, repeatable blocks that you might want to reuse over and over, or you can use it to save like a full-on proposal as I've done here. Once you're done with that, just click on the Save button and that should save your proposal. Of course, you'll need to attach it to a lead or a client, and of course give it a name. But once you're done with that, you should see the proposal built out for you, as we've seen here in the previous demonstration. So that's going to conclude our tutorial here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us at the bottom of the right-hand corner of the chat window. We'd love to help you. Thank you for watching.